brought the certificate here for verification. And then we told them it's fake. So you see, you've gotten the opportunity, but because of what you did before, it has catch up with you now, and you have lost that opportunity. So let's do good to ourselves. Let's honor our parents. Paying fees is not easy. Taking care of you is not easy. Don't let us waste their time and resources, including our own time too. So for you to be able to graduate, you should have passed all your courses you registered. Every single one of them, including university-wide. So that if you have any fail, IC or F in any of them, you are not graduating. So we should ensure that at the end of each semester, you check your transcripts to know that all your lecturers have entered all your results. If you have any IC showing on your results, or if any lecturer has given you an X by mistake, please contact the lecturer through your department immediately. If 2 weeks you haven't heard from them or it is not resolved, write to Academic Directorate officially with the details of the course, the semester, and the academic year, and let us follow up for you, so that during graduation time, it wouldn't be that all your friends are graduating and you are not part. As I told you earlier, if you don't accumulate the right minimum credit hours, you also not be able to graduate. So 4-year course, we have 120. 3-year course, we have 90 credits. 6-year course, we have 180. And 5-year course, we have 150. So even if you have all your grades, and you don't have this minimum credit hours, you still cannot graduate. So always ensure that if your departments are registering you, and then they are leaving some of the courses for you, then you report it. Some of the departments, when they are mounting the courses, they sometimes make a mistake with the course code and course registration for you. So that if you see that you are in a class for accounting 102, and then your registration is accounting 105, prompt your department and let's correct it immediately. Don't wait till graduation time or at the end of the semester. So if you attain a CGP of less than 1.0, as I said, no graduation for you. But anything 1 and above, you are graduating. And then you need to pay all your school fees. All school fees. No arrears. So if you have any arrears or any outstanding amount to pay, you are not graduating. And if at the time you are graduating to, you are being investigated for any disciplinary action, you will also not be able to graduate until it is completed. So this is where it becomes more serious. So for every program, if it's 4, 5, 6, you have additional 2 years for you to graduate. So if it's a 4-year program, you have up to 6 years to graduate. If it's 5 years, up to 7. If it's 6 years, up to 8. So that within 6, 7, 8, you should be able to complete all your program. If you don't complete within these years, your studentship expires. Even if it's 1 course remaining, you still cannot graduate. You have to start from level 100. So don't wait. As I said, if you should fail unfortunately by mistake, please write it immediately in the next semester. Some people have first-year course and they are waiting to final year. And sometimes, unfortunately, they fail during the final year and they are still not able to graduate. And then when this happens, they are not able to tell their parents, they are not able to come back. And this student expiration thing catch up with them. So until the university maybe is kind to give amnesty for these people to come and clear themselves, you would have completed all these years, all this payment of fees, all this hard work, you go home with nothing. So let's ensure that we work within these years to fulfill all our academic requirements. So as I said beginning, your stay here is regulated by regulations and policies. Let's ensure that we abide by them. Because until you are caught, you will never know they exist. So let's not find ourselves in this situation. let's always do what is right at the right time. As I indicated, even if you are doing what is right at the wrong time, it still becomes wrong. So let's always try and do things right and at the right time. So the student's handbook, as I indicated, it is on our website. And then the PR team will show you where exactly to find it on our website. They will be here to show you. And then we should find time, take our time to go through. If not anything at all, the sanctions and processes, so that you always avoid those ones. So you also be given the academic calendar for the year. It tells you what you should do, the registration period, when lecture begins, when mid-semester is starting, everything, Easter break, everything, you will all be given. Once the class web page is created, all this information will be posted on it. And then you get to know step by step on all the things that you need to do. As I said earlier, registration makes you a student. Ensure that you have registered. And then ensure that you have the printout as proof of registration. If you come to me in future that you registered but it's not showing, I only use evidence. So always ensure that you have your printout as proof of registration. Thank you. Any questions for me?
Questions? Any questions? Any questions, please? Please ask so. Because I'm saying that from 100 to 400 or 500 or 600, you are going to need hair. So if you have any questions, please ask now. Any questions? With the transcripts, with the paying of fees and everything. Any questions, please? Yes.
Please, if you fail and receipt, can you get first class?
Any other? Any other? Any other?
If you should get all A's and at least 1 B or B plus and 1 F, I'm sure first class is 3.6 to 4.0. So if you should fail by mistake, as I always add the mistake because I don't want you to fail, and then you rewrite and get an A, and then all the other courses are A, I'm sure you can still get a first class.
Any other? Don't fail. Don't try or don't. But why do you think you have to fail? Don't fail, right? The good thing is that as we are all seated here, we have first class. We are having 4.0 as we are seated here right now. That's the good news. So Central will give you 4.0 the moment you step foot here. We are so good. So right now, each and every one of you, or your first class what student. But as time goes on, you can add it. It's up to you. Yes. So you have to maintain it. So please, failure there is not part of. It shouldn't be part. In fact, see a D as your F. Right? See a D as your F, which means you never ever want to get a D. Then you do better, right? Yes, any question? Last question, please. Last one. Yes. Yeah, with the exam, please don't bring any foreign material. Somebody wrote Apple over here, this side. And I was wondering, so when I saw him, I was like, okay, I'm not going to process you, but how are you going to copy? Now, I'm saying, wow. Right? So please, let's do our due diligence and then God will bless us. If we don't have any other question, then I guess we've understood it clearly and we are going to adhere to all that she told us. Let's do it better for Auntie Rosa, she leaves. Thank you so much. Oh, let's do it better. Let's do it better. Yes. Right. So we are blessed. In fact, the next segment is going to... Are we tired? You've not eaten? So should we share something? Let's be upstanding. Let's be upstanding, please. All of us, upstanding. Up. Oh, don't be tired. In fact, it's going to be very brief, Just stretch a bit. Stretch a bit. Kuriya, kuriya, kuri. Oh, let's stretch. Kuriya, kuriya, kuri. The Gen Zs, we can relate to it too. Kuriya, kuriya, kuri. Kuriya, kuriya, kuri. And then you are stretching a bit. Right? Let's sit. I want us to sit uniformly. But we are not sitting. Let me see. That. Oh, let's be up again. I want us to sit uniformly. And let's be up again. Let's be up. I want to see everybody up. Everybody. In fact, the way you are standing, I'm praying that you get a first class before you leave here. I can't hear the amen. Oh. See, how loud you say the amen is going to show that you are going to get a first class. I want to pray that anybody here is going to go out with a first class. I say you are going to go out with a first class. Can I hear somebody shout hallelujah? Oh my goodness. All right, let's be seated. So we have our washrooms here at the far end, at the right hand side. We have a washroom there, same here over there. There's a washroom there. In case you want to visit, you can easily go there. And quickly, please, this evening from Chaplains, we have Freshers Connect. And it's starting today, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Today, right here, right? So you can come in the evening and then, in fact, you'll be blessed, right? Also, SRC says that they have some souvenirs for you. In fact, you are going to need it for the matriculation. And it goes for a very cool price, just 300 cedis. And, I should take off the cool name. Okay, it's going for a very calm price for just 300 Ghana cedis. If you are happy to hear that price, say yeah. Hey, SRC, please, so they didn't respond, so you can bring it down a bit, maybe 295, something. Right, okay. So the next segment, we are blessed to have some alumni with us. You see, and they want to have some interaction. In fact, we are going to learn so much from them. And this section, right after this, we will have some break and then, leave here. In fact, it will be very brief. And so, I will invite Mr. Evans to take over this section. Let's do it better as he comes. Oh, let's do it better. Right.
It's a journey that started. But the good news is some people have already gone ahead of you and have finished the race. We are blessed to have 3 of our distinguished alumni who are coming from different backgrounds today to be with us here today, I should say, to share their experiences, starting from when they came in for orientation as you are having to when they graduated and beyond. So first to join me up here, she is the administrator for one of the leading pharmacies we have in the country at the moment. Pleasure is mine to invite to share with you her experience. Miss Vicentia Edem Nda from Dusty Pharmacy. They said the ladies first, so I will introduce the other lady too. Hello? You can have your help. I will help myself. Next to join us here is a senior computer systems validation and assurance consultant with Senan Group based in the US. She studied pharmacy here, went on to do the PharmD, so I can humbly invite upstage Dr. Akusia Boati. And the last person I'm inviting, I'm intentionally putting him last because I want him to be sandwiched by the beautiful ladies. Started here, very vibrant student leader with the SLC. Went on to do so many things, and today he finds himself appointed by the President of the Republic of Ghana as the Deputy Director General, National Sports Authority. Help me welcome Mr. Gideon Hammond. Hello? Okay. So this is how we're going to have it. I understand some of you've seen pictures here and you're expectant. Please, I assure you, I'm only leading the conversation. I will give you room to ask all the questions you want to ask. I will start with Eden. A second. So whilst we're trying to fix the microphone, I want you to be jotting down the questions you want to ask them. Let me try to do some one-man commentary. Eden prefers to be called Eden, so take note of that. Gideon, I'm not sure if he says, today if you can say honorable, Gideon is fine. So Gideon is fine too. And you, Akosha, you don't want the doctor. You can add that. All right. She says she's ended, so you can call her Dr. Akusha, but if you don't call her doctor, she doesn't mind. Please, are we okay? We prayed this morning. The devil is a liar. So by way of information, if you have a friend, I came here, I was very heavy on digital. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook, Central University, so you may want to prompt your friend to, okay. Right, I told you, the devil is indeed a liar. Right, so I start with Gideon. Tell us a bit about what you're doing now at the ministry.
Thank you very much. Good morning to everyone. I can't hear you. Good morning. The energy is low, isn't it?
Energy.
So my name is Gideon Hammond. A year ago, President Bahama appointed me as the Deputy Director General for the National Sports Authority. National Sports Authority is an agency under the Sports Ministry. So we have the Sports and Recreation Minister, who is Honorable Kofi Idi Adams. My office is directly under his office. My work is simple. It's to manage all the sports facilities in this country, isn't it? It is our taxes that is used to build these facilities. And therefore, somebody must be put in charge of it. So my work is to make sure that your AstroTurfs, your football pitches, the Babayara warehouse of Fook yesterday won against Kotoko. How many of us watched that match? I don't have football lovers here. Wow. So my work entails that I make sure that all of these facilities are in good shape, that the taxpayers' money is used well to take care of these facilities. Secondly, my work is also to ensure that Ghana consistently develops sports talents in this country, where in the next 50 years, in the next 100 years, we can still look back and say that we have younger generations who are taking over from the Azuma Nelsons, who are taking over from the Samoajans, who are taking over from the Kudus and all of those. So all the sports facilities you can think of, I can make mention of about 54 sports federations in this country. We can talk about 54. So which means that Ghana as a country partakes in 54 sporting activities, which is being recognized by the international bodies. So you can talk about cycling, you can talk about athletics, you can talk about boxing, you can talk about chess, you can talk about badminton, about 54 of them. So my duty is to make sure that as part of you seated here where you are having academic knowledge, if you think you have talent in chess, come, we will lecture you as part of your academic work so that you can become a champion in that field. It is not only academics that make persons champions. So you can be champion in chess, you can be champion in badminton. You are not too old to play badminton. So, Evans, this is my work. I think I've spoken a lot.
I opportunity to the politician to clear the air. Now that he's cleared the air, have vision about life. So, how was your experience here at Central University like?
Okay, hello, good morning. Evans, thank you so much for the question. Actually, I was not privileged to be part of the orientation. Yes. It wasn't because I didn't want to, but I joined very late. I had late admission, so I joined at the time mid-semester was going on. So I remember very well that when I picked my course. Hello. Okay. So they directed me to this place. I think at the time it was called Multipurpose Hall. Yes. So I was asked to come here because this is where the level 100s are. So I was like, oh, I'm offering HR. So he said, oh, all level 100s are here. So I walked down here. When I got here, there were a lot of movements. So at the time, I thought lectures had even been over. So when I got here, I asked, oh, is the lecture going on? Writing mid-semester, sitting for mid-semester. That if you were in my shoes 16 years ago, that was 2010, and you reported, and then you realized that they were writing mid-semester. You had not been to any of the lectures. You don't have any lecture slides. Would you have written the mid-semester exams? Just one person. Okay, there's a lady right in front here. You wouldn't have written it. Great. Okay, but I took chances and I wrote it. I sat in it. I wrote the exams. And, okay, thank you. All right, so I took part, and then I remember that when the scores came, I think I scored, was it 4 or 7 over 20? Yes. But then it didn't bring me down because I knew that I have 4 years to go. This shouldn't weigh me down. I should be able to make the best out of the semester. And honestly, the first semester was quite rough for me. Yes, because most of the courses, I wasn't part. I have to catch up. So my first semester results were not good. And I must say that I failed one of them. The interesting part is the course I even failed. If I was even sleeping and I had woken up, I would have been able to pass. But then I failed it because I couldn't get the real understanding of the course. And that was com skills. Com skills, who feels com skills? So I'm telling you this for you to know that no matter how late you start, you can still make it. And I was able to sail through, and I came out with a second upper. So yes, those who were asking the question that if you get an F, can you still make a first class? Yes, you can make a first class, provided you are determined, you are focused. I'll pause here for now. Thank you.
The applause was instantaneous. It tells you you made a strong point. So I come to you, Akosia. Driving back to campus today, any memories, any reminiscing?
Hello, good morning, everyone. And of course, thank you, Evans. I was on the Mutual campus. This campus, I studied pharmacy. At the time, it was 4 years. I think now it is not. I think it is now 6 years.
Because it's a family. Because it's a doctor.
Because now it is a family. I know there are some pharmacy students here, right?
Pharmacy student, let's see by show of right hand. Okay.
Great.
All right.
So, I mean, while I was driving in, I saw the eagle. At our time, it wasn't there. I was like, oh, I remember the food court. I asked you about the
Prayer
prayer
garden,
garden.
yeah.
Yes. So, I mean, coming, Central University is like home to me because aside me, all my siblings came to Central University. A couple of my cousins came here. In fact, just last year, my kid sister was awarded the best student in design thesis
Correct.
as an architecture student. So Central University is home to me. Coming back here, the memories, it's just a lot. I was also on girls' hostel, campus hostel. Yes, so Central University is my home.
Let me hit it right there. Why, apart from you insisted that your other siblings all school here? What's that value you found for which you also became the preacher for Central University?
Okay, so personally, I'm sure you've heard this so many times that don't just go through the school, allow the school go through you too. So personally, one thing that Central University helped me that is still a part of me is with my spiritual life. It was here, right in this room. We used to come for the night of favor with Pastor Charles. We used to call him Pastor
Hi,
Charles.
Pastor Charles. Is he around? Not yet.
So I think it was on Fridays, we have the night of favor. We used to have the spiritual emphasis week. Wednesdays, we have the chapel service. Sundays, we have the church service. For me, my parents are very protective, so I used to go home every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, Friday, right after lectures, I'm on my way home. But whenever I'm on campus, I do come for the church services. And prayer gardens during spiritual emphasis week, as a pharmacy student, lectures will begin at 8 a.m. You close sometimes at 5 or 6. If you have lab work to do, sometimes you close at 6. And there's just an hour break for, break time. That's like, I think, 11 to 12 or 12 to 1. And for me, during that time, if it is prayer emphasis week, I'll be at the prayer gardens praying. So Central University built me spiritually. And that is one thing that I also wanted for my siblings. Aside that, my lecturers were so good. We used to have the class advisor. They were like...
You are using we used to. We have everything intact. We still have it.
Thank God you still do. So we had a class advisor. They are just like your big brothers or big sisters. When you have any issues with your course, you don't understand anything, you can go to... And they are your lecturers. You go to them, they advise you, they direct you, they guide you. And so for me, this was the reason why I made sure that my siblings and even my cousins, those who could, also, came to Central University.
A round of applause to that. I'll be coming to you on how the faith element has helped you to be grounded in an institution where you work with people in diverse backgrounds all across the world. But whilst you think through, let me go to Gideon. Chief, you started here as a student leader. A number of the freshers here are not too sure what they are going to do when the opportunity is given to them to lead. I earlier was here and I was asking some of them to even distribute cards, and I could see the resistance. What do you have to share? How the leadership experience you had right here on campus has impacted where you sit today, and for which they should take up the challenge when given the opportunity.
Thank you, Evans. I was smiling listening to this question. Because I remember when I came to level 100 in 2008, I was very timid. Very, very timid. If you ask me to talk in the midst of people, then I will start crying. But I remember way back in church, I'm a church boy, so we used to do Children's Day. And I remember my mom would tell you that you are going to say memory verse. Whether you cry or not, you say it. So she was insistent on me learning public speaking. When I came to level 100, I began developing that skill. Because I realized that I've come in the midst of people who, if you don't take care, although you are good or you may be academically better than them, because they are vocal, they may be chosen over you at all times. And I gave myself that, I'll not allow anybody to bully me because I'm timid. I'll stand out. So I remember right from level 100, I got a nickname for myself. My friends used to call me Talker. Because I was talking, not because I will have something to say.
You were trying to overcome the fear.
I arrived from level 100, I realized that I've stepped into a world of great opportunities. Let me tell you this. It's not prophecies. But the moment you nurture it, the moment you say, this is where I've come. I'm stepping into a world of opportunities. This is what I want to do. Trust me. You will do it and become the best of yourself. When it came to the point of being, I'm sure people have mentioned that SRC vice president, vice president leadership. When it got to the point of looking for somebody to deputize or to be a vice president, the then SRC president, all my peers was like, you will do it. Why? Because at the lecture room, I stood out and I was like, I want to lead. Not that because I was so academically well, or academically good at everybody, but because I mastered the courage of speaking in the midst of people. I remember when I was serving on the university disciplinary committee. I was very young. I think I was 22 years. And I could sit in the midst of the lecturers who were 50, some of them entering into their 60s. And I could sit in the midst of that disciplinary committee and make a case of police students who, in one way or the other, have been suspended, serving some punishment, or I could defend them over there. When we leave that meeting, I remember the vice chancellor in charge of Alumni, Dr. Blanson.
Okay.
He will call me and say, how old are you again? I said, well, I'm just 22 years. You are not 22, I think you are 30 years. You are using reduced age and the rest. Because I could argue out the issues. I've read the student manual. I could argue out issues for and
on behalf of students.
And so, right from level 100, I said, this is what I want to do. You are sitting here.
That I walk by. The people, the friends, the relationship factor, and then also the me factor. Because if I
The
have
me factor.
me factor,
That's
yes,
focusing on you.
yes, as
Okay.
well. Because if I'm spiritually grounded and I have friends, good friends, and I don't take responsibility of my own life, it will still not get easily well. So, walking through campus with all those fears, they all help me to realize that there's more I can offer. Yes, I was also a very quiet person. I would hardly talk in class. Meanwhile, I have class. I'll hardly talk. I prefer writing to talking. But when I say it now, people don't believe I'm introverted. It's like people think that I'm someone who can't talk. So with all those experiences, then Dusty Pharmacy, how I got the job. Um, I didn't do my national service because at the time where I was posted to, I didn't like it. I was supposed to go and teach, and I don't like talking. So how can I teach?
Again, talking. So talking is becoming a very
Like
important
a
tool.
million who
Uh-huh.
has to talk.
Yeah.
Yes. So when I requested for reposting, and that year there was another service scandal, so there was no reposting. So I had to defer my national service. So during that time, I had the opportunity as to take the HR role at Dusty Pharmacy because during back I do internship and all that. So I was asked by the CEO to take up the role. I was a bit hesitant because I was like fresh from school. I don't have hands-on experience and all that. But then one thing I also realized was that during one of my internships at one of the banks, um, I was told or I was guided that don't say no to things you are not even sure of, especially if it wouldn't compromise your values. And so when the CEO told me, oh, take up the role and all that, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. So I took it up, and this was a company that didn't have any HR department, so I started from the scratch. From about, I think at the time it was about 15 workers, and currently, God being so good, we have about close to 140 staff as
140.
at now, yes.
Wow.
And out of those one, we have pharmacists, and like you rightly said, about 70. Colleagues joined me at Dusty Pharmacy. Yes, so it was one because I knew that they were good. And yes, when they come for the interview, you could see that the people have the potential and all that. At a point, my general manager was like, it's like I'm kind of being biased because all my
Yes,
pharmacists,
this is positive bias.
all my pharmacists are from Central University, but I have no regrets of that. And they are doing exceptionally well. I think one of them who won the best pharmacist of the year at our end of year program. So they are doing very well. And
At the national level.
no, at our
Company
our
level.
company and our staff house.
Right.
So we have a lot of pharmacists from Central University. So Central will build you, Central will bring the potential in you. But then it's the me factor for me. Your spiritual life. Make sure that you are grounded spiritually. Akosia mentioned it. She will go and pray. Yes, chapel service. I never miss chapel service with my friends. Every Wednesday we come for chapel service. On campus Friday night we come for the night of favor. Sometimes I think always yes, we come for that. As for the prayer garden, I never went there. Yes, I never went for the prayer garden. But then you should building the spiritual life, you must balance them. Okay, balance it. It shouldn't be just a spiritual. As you are praying, you are learning. Because look, when you sit in the exam hall and you God will not write the exams for you. God only helps those who put in the effort. So if you put in the effort, you pray, you sit by your paper, trust me, you can get an A. Let me add this to before I drop it. What my friends and I were doing was that when we register for our courses every semester, we grade ourselves. So we print out the registration form and then we write A on our papers.
Like they all have now.
Yes, we write A. So from the word go, we start learning for A.
Targeting the
We start learning for an A. So if you don't do well, cry or B plus, you would get it before the semester ends.
Thanks.
So please let's take note of that as well and the friends that we make. And let's remember where we come from, our background. The lady who took us through the first part told you that you came here alone. You make friends. However, make sure that those friends you make don't unmake you. Okay? Go through the system very well. Learn and then come out successfully.
Adam,
Okay.
Gideon wants to help.
All right.
I wish you add that you mentioned something which was very important. And I think that we need to avert our minds to it. We are here to study different courses. But networking is very key. Networking and positive networking is crucial. So like Akosia said, she has about 70% of her staff coming from Central University. If you are my classmate and I know you to be the drug addict when we're in school, I know you to be, I'm restraining myself from using some words, but you were the lady that all the guys have used on campus. If I know you and you come to my organization to look for a job, I would have a rethink of getting you the opportunity or not.
You have the history, so it doesn't matter how the change is now.
Exactly. So, right from level 100, you are writing a transcript of non-academic performance. I'm talking about non-academic. You have the academic performance where all of those ones are there. But the non-academic performance, how you dress, how you walk, how you talk, how you behave, it's crucial to somebody recommending you for a job in this organization, knowing that we are coming from the same university. The best universities that you can mention in Ghana, probably others may tell you, they network, they recommend themselves, and so therefore they become a bigger community out there. If you go to University of Ghana, they will say, if you know somebody coming from university, when you see the person's CV, the temptation of getting the person that opportunity against somebody who you did not attend the same university with is high. So we are networking here. Your next employment, your next recommendation may be from the person seated by you. Let's write good stories about ourselves, and I think that is crucial for our growth. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we continue, can I see all of you show me the complimentary cards you got this morning? All right. So earlier this morning, we connected to new friends here. So please take note of those numbers and cards you have in your hand. Now, add, because you look back and you feel, I should have done more networking. True or false?
Yes, actually, I feel like I should have made, not that I didn't have friends, I did. I had friends in my class, friends from pharmacy school, both my class and seniors. I also had friends from communication, I had friends from the business school. But in the world now, I feel like I should have made more friends, because as we are seated here now, you might not know the one sitting next to you's father is maybe Ghana's version of Dangote, or will be like Gideon. He's now in government. If Gideon was my friend, was my friend in school, he probably would have put me in GHS or
But you didn't meet me in school, did you?
Exactly. Well, he was my senior, so. But I wanted to add, Adam mentioned that Central will build you. So I remember in level 100, we had a course called Principles of Purposeful Living. I don't know if you still do
One
that course.
credit.
Yes, it's 1 credit. One thing that my lecturer said first day in class that has stayed with me till now, he brought an orange to class. And then he said that when you squeeze this orange, when you put pressure on the orange, you are going to get an orange juice. When you sip the orange juice, whether it is sweet or it is sour, that is what the orange has. So as a person, you don't say, oh, you were giving me too much pressure, so I didn't do it well. Or you were giving me too much pressure, so this happened. When you are under pressure, whatever you are able to produce is the real you. So that's one thing I want you to keep in mind, because when you start going for lectures, the pressure is going to come. You should be able to manage your time so well that you are not, you don't find yourself wanting. And then Adam also mentioned friends. There's one thing that I realized that a lot of people overlook or don't even mention. If you have the opportunity to choose your roommate, make sure you choose a correct roommate. So let me give you an example. Me as a pharmacy student, the only time I'm in the hostel is maybe like 4 or 5 hours in a day. I spend all my time in class, in the lab. I get back to the hostel, I'm tired, I want to sleep. And my roommate has all her friends, in the room, they are chatting, laughing, making noise. You can't study, you can't sleep. So if you have the opportunity, make sure you choose a good roommate, someone who is probably doing the course, a similar course, or someone who has a good character. So that's what I wanted to add.
Wow.
Okay.
Before you come in, Adam, let me say that at this point, all your questions, I will be taking them. So Adam will make her last submission, and then I'll come to you for your questions. Please.
Yes, okay. So to add to choosing your friends, okay. So I had the privilege to have my friend who has now become like a sister. We level 200, we decided to take one room. It's supposed to be 3 in a room. So we took one room and we studied the same course. And this helped us a lot. It helped us from lectures, we go back to hostel, we take a nap, we go to the basement to go and learn. And one thing that was very good about this relationship was that sometimes you feel like, I'm tired, let me sleep. And then you sleep, and then a few will walk up and then go like, Edem. So as you are sleeping here, you don't feel guilty, wasting your sister's hard-earned money. You don't feel guilty sleeping. Then I'll wake up and I'll go like, hey, you this girl. So I'll wake up and then we put ourselves together and then we move to the basement. And I also do same with her. So your friend should be able to energize you, maybe provoke you to learn.
Right.
And it goes a long way to help build your academic life and personal life as well.
Yes. So now, Gideon, you want to add something?
Because my sisters have mentioned about the spiritual aspect of whatever they did on campus. I did the spiritual aspect and I did the social aspect as well. I went out of Central University with a whole package of myself. When I say a whole package, when it comes to entertainment beat, you see me there. When it comes to the church thing, you see me there. When it comes to the social events, you see me there. I did not become a master of any. The problem is where you want to become a master of the entertainment shows, which may not necessarily end you anywhere. When I came to campus, I decided that I will not keep a bushy hair. I'm not with much respect to those of you who have your hairstyle. I sat in a lecture hall, and I remember the first lecture that we had. The lecturer asked us to write on a piece of paper where we see ourselves in the next 10 years. I'm sure most of you, when you start your lectures, it will come. The next 10 years after school. So I wrote on a piece of paper what I want to become. We gave the papers to him, and then he will invite you one-on-one to come and explain what you mean by what you want to become. When he saw my hairstyle, he said, you cannot be what you have on paper with this hairstyle.
Say that again.
You cannot become what you want to become with this hairstyle on.
So now break it down. What was the hairstyle and what was on paper?
Should I say it?
Yes, we'd like to know.
So I had little locks. When I say little locks, this is my hair. I'll not comb it, but I'll make sure the girls love it. Yeah, so I thought that was it. So on a paper, I wanted to become what we call a bank manager, isn't it?
Yeah.
A bank manager. Although I was doing human resource management, but I knew a bit of my finances was very good, but I didn't want to do the accounting part of it. But that's why I choose the human resource. And he said, "Oh, human resource, you are the example of your people with this logoligi locks." So that was when I went to crop everything, and since then I've kept it down like this. The worst I could go was a sakura. Wow. So I've chosen in between. Although I worked a bit in the bank after university.
Yes.
I worked about 4 years in the bank after university. It helped me. So transitioning from that to where I am currently, it has been a smooth transition. If you pick a lifestyle here, let me say this. If you pick a lifestyle here and you don't get the grace some of us had to transition smoothly, you'll find difficult transitioning.
Struggle.
I got somebody a job. The person had locks on his head, and he has kept the locks for 22 years. And I got a job for the person. For the person to go and remove the locks so he can go and sit in that office, it became a problem. And so that's why I mentioned that if you don't take care and you don't transition well, you may be living the youthful life now. But if you don't take care and the transitioning grace doesn't fall on you well, it will be difficult for you to adjust. And to come into society, you realize that all the time you'll be secluded, and you cannot mingle. So choose how you want to live now. Choose how you want to live now.
Wow. Let's give it up for Gideon. Choose how you want to live 10 years from now. Make that choice now. Now, your faith, I could say your faith in the place you work with, an organization based in the US with people from about 38 different countries, different backgrounds here and there. Some are Hindu, some are... How are you fitting in that space? How are you doing it?
I think it's beginning to look like I am too creepy, but but actually when I was on campus, again, we had the Central Fashion Week.
Okay.
Yes. And newsflash, I was a model. I was one of the models. So I wasn't just, faith in school. Even though today I feel like I should have had more fun in school. Because pharmacy is like, you don't have time to do anything else.
Book long.
It's either you are doing your lab manual or you are studying, you are drawing chemical structures and all that. But my pharmacy students, if you can, please try and have fun, because after school, there's no time for that. Now, about the faith bit. So, in fact, people do ask me, how come a pharmacist is a computer system validation analyst or consultant? Well, it is still in the pharma space. What we do is we help pharmaceutical companies in the US stay compliant with US FDA regulations based on the systems they use for their drug discovery process. Now, when I finished Central, I was doing the traditional pharmacy practice. I did a bit of Cocoa Clinic. I did NS Chemist. I did Side Pharmacy, where I was the managing pharmacist. And then one day I was going through my WhatsApp, because usually people will post requests on the pharmacy WhatsApp pages that they are looking for a medication. So you would want to check if you have that medication in your pharmacy. So I was going through, and then I saw a vacancy. They needed a pharmacist with a project management background. Prior to that, a friend had recommended I do project management. And this, before I go on, I want to say that while in school, don't only focus on the course you are doing. One thing I liked about Central was that for we, the pharmacy students, I don't know about the other courses, but every break, you are to do an attachment. So for us, we did attachments in all the pharmacy fields you would find in Ghana. So we did manufacturing, we did community pharmacy, we did hospital pharmacy. So by the time you graduate, you know what fields there are and where your passion is. So as much as possible, while you are in school, find out what short courses you can do, together with the course you are doing. Don't use your vacation as a time to go and chill or time to
excessively chill, but not excessively.
Exactly. Take time to rest, but also look out for other things you can do that will boost your CV when you graduate from school. So I did a project management course. I didn't know what I was going to use it for, but I had the opportunity to volunteer as an assistant project lead on a couple of projects. So after I saw the vacancy on the WhatsApp, I was like, this thing was posted 30 minutes ago, but now it will be alpha. So I put my phone down, and then probably it was the Holy Spirit.
Holy Spirit.
He said, pick the phone. So I picked the phone, and then I called the number. And it was in the evening, around 6 p.m. Quickly, they linked me to the HR of my current company. And I used to close at 10 p.m. I was doing full day from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. So you see why I'm saying the pharmacy people try and have fun. Because if you are doing full day, you start work at 7 p.m., you are closing at 10 p.m. every day, you don't have time to go and have fun. So by 9:10 p.m. that I had closed from work, I had already gotten the job. And it was based on my experience as a volunteer on
In
the
project
previous-
management.
Yes,
Wow.
in project management. And God, as God will have it, God being so good, I started work in January. By December, I was already made a manager, an account manager. And this job, I had no experience. I don't know anything about computers except for Word and Excel and all that. Everything I know, I learned on the job. So while I was working within that year, I would always pray about my work, my job. Every morning I would say declarations about my work, not knowing, it was working something. Within a space of 11 months, that I didn't even know anything.
Promotion was here.
Yes. So
Oh.
I think while in school, it is also good to build as Adam mentioned, build your spiritual life as well. Whether you're a Christian or a Muslim, whatever you believe in, I would recommend Christ, but build your Christian life too. Yeah. Thank you.
Wow. At this point, I would like us to clap for them. And take few questions. You can make it direct to any of them based on what they've said or something that you are thinking about that you want them to respond to. I don't need to remind you. All throughout the discussion, one thing is coming out loud and clear. Your ability to speak up can make a great difference between you and the rest. So please, just raise your hand wherever you are, and we'll bring you the microphone for you to ask your question. We have some few minutes to be out of here, so please, let's be quick. Anybody? It could be what they've said or something you are thinking about. Maybe you want to go and join Gideon at the sports stadium so that when Accra to Folk is playing Kotoko, next season you will be cheering them up 1-0 there. Hey, answer yes, sir. Any question? Is there a hand up there? Yes. There's a hand at the back, yes. When you get the mic, your name, your program of study, and then your question. Keep it as simple as possible.
Okay. My name is Seth, Diploma in Information, Digital and Technology. Please, I want to ask Honorable Gideon that whilst in school, was he a sports guy or that athlete whilst was in school?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question? We'll take it in tens of three. There's a hand. Kwesi, there's a hand in front. Come forward. Your name, your program of study, your question.
My name is Kezia. Bachelor of Laws is the program I'm offering. This question is to Miss Edem. What was one major difficulty you faced in Central University, and how did you go about it, and how did it shape you to become who you are today? Thank you.
Thank you. One last, and then they will respond. There's a hand here. Yes. I presume this set is for those on this side of the room. The next set will come from this side.
Please, my name is Siriam Diaba, and I'm offering Doctor of Pharmacy. My question goes to Mr. Gideon. I want to know if there were any major difficulties you faced when trying to overcome stage fright, and how did you overcome them?
Of course, it's not my fault. They jumped you and went to the honorable. So please, you have the floor. 2 questions.
All right, thank you very much. The first question has to do with whether I was doing sports.
Yeah.
I remember in the secondary school, in fact, JHS, I was part of the school athletics team. In the secondary school, I was also partaking in the inter-houses athletics competition, because by then I didn't have pot belly, I was slim. When I came to the university, during the SRC days, I remember we used to have inter-hall sports competition. I don't know whether it's still in the existence. So SRC week, as part of the SRC week, there will be inter-halls. So I think I used to play, but not with the intention of becoming a sports administrator. The idea was just to engage just to stay fit over there. If I had gotten somebody to identify me as a good athlete, I'm sure by now I'll not be wearing my tie and shoes sitting here. I'll be running for Ghana at the Olympics or at the Commonwealth Games.
Hey,
but nobody identified me. That's one thing our Ghanaian society, the ability to identify a talent and nurture and not push everybody into the academic area by force. You get it? You can be doing your academics. I have people come to my office, and after they close, my office is situated at Accra Sports Stadium. They work with the banks, they work with GRA. Every evening when they close from work, they'll come and play tennis. And some of them, they got their work at their work of place. In fact, their jobs at their work of place through these sports. You know, there is corporate sports where there is bank playing against this bank. There is GRA playing against VRA for sports. Recently, if you look at the recruitment that the fire service, that the immigration, that the police are doing, in all of those, there is a bit of somebody who has a sports background. So you can be a pharmacy student over here, but because you know how to play tennis, instead of applying with the pharmacy, you can apply with sports. You get it? So when you get opportunity to enter into the service, let's say immigration, then now you submit your document as not just a sports person, but as a pharmacy person, and then that can even get you promoted quickly in your office.
In other words, sports could be a pathway.
Sports is a pathway for you to get to where you want to get to. Now, to come to the second bit of how I managed my stage fright. Now, this is it. Right from level 100, I told myself I'll become SRC president. Right from level 100. I told myself I'll become SRC president. By then, I was gymming. So I had very bulky, not today that I'm looking, I had bulky muscles. When I shared that vision with one of my friends in this class, they said, I'm macho man who be the president. So they made mockery. That took me from that side. And I said, okay, if that side of being looking like a macho man will help me, let me develop the public speaking one so that I can master in that area. How I overcome it was every day I try to read loud to myself. I stand in my room and I try to read loud. I grew up from the shore, the coastal area, the Choco, the Kolegono, the Mamprobi. I grew up in those areas. So what I'll do is that I'll go to the beach and then I'll be talking just to express myself. And I think that helped me so that when I come in front of you, I know what I'm talking about. Even if it is not the best, I know what I'm talking about. So there was a time I spoke in class and the lecturer was like, really, is that you, Gideon? All the time you were quiet and today you are speaking. That shaped and that helped me a lot. The encouragement from the lecturer changed everything for me.
Would you say that was a turning point?
But that was a turning point. And the lecturer was Sem Iroko. He was teaching us. Sem Iroko picked me and I became his TA.
Eventually.
Wow.
Eventually became his TA.
Yes, so a boy who couldn't speak, after he told me that, Gideon, so you could speak like this. Then anytime he comes to class, he wants to hear me talk, he will give me I was at Mataeko campus, so we have the MLT, the longest, so he give the microphone.
MLT 7.
And yes, MLT 7, and I'll be talking. That changed. That one word from the lecturer at that point changed everything for me. I think all of us, we need that person who can tell us that you can do it. Just come out and do it.
Thank you very much. So take the initiative. He was doing it from his room, going to the beach side, and one day, it will be obvious, and that huge endorsement will make the difference. We thank you. I could share your question.
Adam.
Was there a challenge? Sorry, Adam.
Yes. Okay, thank you. If I should point out a single challenge, I don't know whether I'll be able to. However, being a student, it's actually a difficult one. My main challenge was the beginning. like I shared earlier, how I joined in late. I have to find myself, struggle through to make sure that I catch up with my friends and also come up with good grades. So that was the struggling point for me. But then what I decided to do after that semester was that I planned my semester very well. I have my courses, I know when to learn, when to have my rest, and then also when there are activities that I feel I should be part, I'll be part. I think I mentioned also that I wasn't the type that talks. So I took advantage of the class presentations. So whenever there's presentation, I also present a portion of it. So that's how I started building my confidence as well. So for me, I wouldn't say there was a particular challenge I have to struggle through, but it was mainly because I knew where I was coming from, my background, and then I knew where I want to get to. And so I would just work towards that, and that has helped me, and it's still helping me through.
Thank you very much. I'll take 2 more questions, after which we will draw down the curtain on today's session. 2 more questions, hopefully from this side of the auditorium. Just let's see your hand. Is there a hand here? Nana? There's a hand.
Somebody. Any question?
So again, a quick reminder, your name and your program of study. And keep your question as short and simple as possible.
Good morning once again.
Good morning.
My name is Raphael from the School of Pharmacy. My question is directed to Honorable. You know, in this life we have source of inspiration, where we get our inspiration from. And you being in the sports fraternity, I would like to make a quote from a football legend who says, when you say goodbye to success, you set the stage for anarchy. I want to know, how would you rate your performance? And on what basis are you going to use to rate yourself?
I beg your pardon. Is it the question rating him in his capacity as deputy DG?
No, please.
But in what sense?
In his study, that is when he was in school.
All right. Yes.
Well, let me say this. Academically, I wasn't so good. Am I okay?
Yeah.
Are we okay?
Yeah.
I wasn't so good. I wasn't the exceptional student. I wasn't the least in my class as well. But at all times, you find me in between there. You get it. You need to identify yourself, know yourself. There's a quote that I love. It's a man, know thyself. Correct. All of us here, if we know ourselves, it will help us work on this journey. Most of us, we forget and lose ourselves. And therefore, we struggle along the line. But if you know yourself, things will fall in line with you. I developed sports administration immediately after school. So I decided that, okay, after school, my interest in sports, identifying talent, managing sports facilities became a thing for me. So when it was time for President Mahama to appoint, and a plethora of names was listed before him, mine stood out, and I'm sure that's why I was picked for that. The passion to do it, not because I was so exceptional also in the sporting fraternity, but the desire to see that our sports move on, the desire to see that talents are being identified for Ghana. I don't need to sit here to mention the talents that I'm identifying or that I've been able to identify in this 1 year. But, ladies and gentlemen, develop a passion for something. Academics may not be your thing. Mm-hmm. If you know you are like me, your head is not good. Your head doesn't take book. But you have gotten an opportunity to come to Central University. identify one particular thing that today I'm seated here, and the best people in my class during my days have not been asked to come and sit here. The rarest of opportunity I've been given, and the best. I'm sure that I remember the best student during my time was from the accounting or banking and finance.
Yeah.
I met him over the weekend, and he's also doing well. I think he's with Barclays also. He's doing very well. I had one also gentleman, very good. He's with the Ministry of Finance now. He also got his appointment after I've gotten mine. But today I sit here not because I was the best in my class, but because I identify something, the passion, and I follow through. You can be sitting here, your passion may be fashion. You can be the best person out there. Somebody may spot you and will be used as an example for other generations to follow. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And Evans, I would like to add
please.
something. Yes, so for me, as a pharmacy student, I was so terrible in mathematics. In fact, first year chemistry, I got an F. And it was because my math was so bad. And this is to add to what Eden mentioned about challenges. So when I realized that I wasn't good in chemistry, what I did was to reach out to some of my seniors. And in fact, my problem was also because I was focusing more on the 1 credit hour courses because they were my favorite courses from secondary school. But you know, in the university, it is not about what is your favorite. It is about which course carries the higher credits. Hours, yes. So I reached out to my seniors, and also because I'm the first, you know, because I'm the big sister, I'm the first to have come to the university. I didn't have any guidance. And so I reached out to my seniors. They took me through. That was when I understood I had to focus more on the 3 credits. And chemistry was 3 credits, and I still wasn't good. If you tell me 1 + 2 + this, even when I'm dealing with money, and you know some people when you are dealing, they will be like, oh, you owe me 20 cedis, so take out 10 cedis and give me this. I will not understand. Let me do it the way I want to do it.
1
so
+ 1.
I will not get it. So I had even today, I still have a huge problem with math. If it is the additions, I'm okay. But if you want to bring the formula and those things inside there, my head is no good for that.
Forget it.
Yes, forget it. And you know, as a pharmacy student, you are going to do chemistry throughout the 6 years, or let me say the 5 years. And so it was very difficult for me. But like Gideon mentioned, your passion. At the beginning, I didn't even want to read pharmacy. For me, it was tech or I'm not going to school. It was either I'm going to KNUSC or I'm not even going to the university. So my dad, you know, picked the forms. He applied. He chose pharmacy for me. Until I came to the school, the first day I brought my items to the hostel, I didn't even know I was going to read pharmacy. So after the first semester, when I got an F, I was like, no, I have to sit up. I reached out to my seniors. They took me through. And that was how I was able to, you know, graduate and not even, you know, stay a year back because I graduated with my badge. So again, it goes back to the point about the F. If you are able to, you know, put your things right and have your priorities well, even if you have F, you can still do well and then graduate.
How many of us are like myself and Akosia? Our courses were chosen for us by our parents. It wasn't by what we wanted to do. I'm sure most of you stated here too. Your mom and your dad were like, okay, go and do this one. It is not what you want to pursue. But out of that, identify something and be the best in it. When I was in class, I wasn't the best, like I was saying. But when it comes to business law and corporate law and those ones, you can't beat me to it. That's how come I became a TA to the business law lecturer as at that time.
And on that note, I'm inviting you to come back and read the law.
Yes,
please,
yes.
A round of applause to our panelists. You have to read the law.
The law will be read.
Yes. And now we are no more a faculty, it's Central Law School, positioned for the takeoff in September. Another round of applause, please. So I need 3 of you to get connected to these wonderful alumni we have here. Any 3 of you to rush up here. They came with their complimentary cards. 3 of you rush up here. so you see, they actually got connected. Okay. When you came up, you didn't ask for instruction. Relax. Please line up here. Line up here. You are breaking protocol, but it's fine. Okay. Yes, please relax. My connection is not for free, so you step up here for me. It's not for free. Okay.
Yes, Ma'am. Eden.
Now I'm even dumbfounded. They came prepared, they're taking contact, emails. Wait. This way. Please, are you done? 15 seconds. All right, thank you very much. Don't go yet. So, Akosia, Gideon, and Edem, we would like to see you here. We have something small for you. No, you can have your seat. It's okay. Yeah. So, Akosia, you'll be here. Gideon in the middle, closer, and then Edem follows. So, we would want to welcome you back to campus in a special way. And we have some pins. Since you left here, I'm not sure you've seen our pins. So we'd like to pin you. You're honest. Oh, of course, you're a politician. So I can understand. What's your name? So Benedicta to pin Akosia. After which, the idea was for them to connect afterward, but they did connect even before I called her. So please, yes. And my gentleman, please come. You pin the Honorable. Make sure that you mature and become like him. I don't know, between the two of you. Let's do this quick. After this, we'll do some presentation of certificate. Please, you can have your seat. Let's clap for them as they take their seats. You can stand. I would like to invite the Director ICT, who is also an alumni of Central University. Oh, he's not here. Okay. So may I then invite, yes, Mr. Francis Adboy to do this on his behalf. Please, Mr. Francis Adboy, would like you to come and present this certificate to Vicentia Edem Nda. Oh, I thought you would clap for him. Senior-most alumni. We have 16, as many as 76 Central University alumni who are now here with us as staff, be it admin or faculty. He's one of them. This way, for the cameras, please. I would like to invite to present to Mr. Gideon Hammond, the woman who spoke before we came up, Mrs. Ruth Afo, the Director for Academic Affairs. A round of applause. Indeed, she is also a CU alumni. You see? So it reads, in appreciation of your contribution and knowledge shared at the Conversation with the Distinguished Alumni series, presented on this day, 16th February 2026, duly signed by the Registrar, Mrs. Lily Martina Yabod-Nutako. Thank you very much. Last but not least, I guess you have to do this for me as well, in the interest of time. To Dr. Hedy Akosua-Boateng. We are Central University. We believe in excellence. We can't just let you put your certificate in your hands. So we have this branded tote bags with something in it in appreciation also of your time here. If you want to clap, clap. If you don't want to clap, keep your hands. So the PAs who are here, you can come for the tote bags. Then we'll do a group photograph. Director, please don't leave me. Let's do one quick group photograph, and then we will hand over the microphone. All alumni, staff alumni present, please join us. If you are at work, Burma, all staff alumni present, please join us. Let's do this. I'm very excited that our man in charge of sports is coming up. So I'm sure, Honorable, after here, he would like to talk to you. W.O. Sosu. Once a soldier, always a soldier. If you are a student and you want to be an alumni one day, join us. Thank you very much for your time, and have a good afternoon for the rest of the session.
Let's do it better. Let's do it better. Let's do it better. Let's do it better. Oh, we can do it better. Oh, let's keep clapping until they leave here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. God bless you all. I know we are very tired. So, you know, I went to SRC to ask them that the souvenirs that they are talking about, that is 300 cedis.